Well, this should be a quick little video, just an update video on what's going on with the Bronco. But first we're going to start off with a little mail time. This comes from, it's one of the administrators on our Facebook group, OBS Revolution, Brian Byers, and I know what this is, he sent me a plate off of the Mustang that he just sold, wrapped securely with duct tape. See if I can get this out of here. No note or anything, just the plate. And this came off of his Mustang, I don't remember what year it was. And it is a Indiana Bicentennial plate, 1816 to 2016. Nice looking plate. And I will be getting that up on the wall right over here. Thanks, Brian, I appreciate it. And if you have a license plate or anything else that you would like to send to the Fox Shop, the address is down in the description. I should have run down to the P.O. box before I started this. I kind of forgot. I got an alert yesterday or the day before that I have something waiting for me down there. I'll have to do that next week. Not a bad day here in central Iowa. It's at least it's sunny. The wind isn't blowing. Jesse's enjoying it. And supposed to be warming up into the middle to upper 60s here towards the end of next week. And it looks like it may stay that way. So maybe spring is finally sprung. But as far as the Bronco goes, I've kind of taken a couple days off from doing anything on the Bronco. If you're following along, got the rear quarter panels off here this last week. Front fenders are off, new radiator supports in. Gonna be able to reuse the doors. And I have some parts on their way. What I have on their way right now is I have new rocker panels with the door posts built in. So we'll get all this piece, and it also has, I think it's up to about right in here somewhere. And it also has up here on the front, which this is solid up here. It's really pretty solid, almost back to here. That right there I think you could probably save. But along with those, I have the outer floor pan, which the floor on this really isn't bad over on this side. However, when you replace this, I don't think it will go over to here. I have part of one sitting over here. I had this one still sitting around. This is one that I cut off when I redid my green truck. I guess I just needed the back part of it. So after you cut all this out, it's not going to fit perfect right now, but after you cut all that out, you have this lip here that your weather stripping will go on, which lines up right here. But you don't have any of this, which isn't in real good shape. And yeah, you could, I suppose you could just make some out of some metal. But I'm getting the outer floor pan. This in here isn't real good either, so I might just cut it off right in through here, and then you'll have that whole piece. So I have those two pieces coming, and I didn't order the driver's side yet. This side needs a lot more work. This whole thing is just shot. And this side will be getting whole new floor pan. There's a great big hole right there. I think it's pretty okay on up in here, but just gonna replace the whole thing probably, along with the rocker again. This one isn't too bad up here in the front. This back here is just a mess. So once we get these parts in, and I believe it will cover all this back in here, I think. Well, probably not. It's probably just this part. This back here is all gonna have to be redone and fixed up. Probably gonna just be doing a lot of cutting and fitting things together back here. And then we'll move over to the driver's side. Do the same thing down in here. All this down in here is this, and shouldn't be too terribly hard to patch this up. And then we'll start moving to the back. The back needs some work as well. The rear sill, this piece back here, I've been told you can't buy, and the center section isn't too bad. You could save that, but we're gonna have to do something out here on the ends because it's pretty much gone. So we'll get that fixed up, get the floor over in this area fixed up. There's a hole there that needs fixed. Wheel wells, that's an easy fix. And I haven't checked to see if you can buy this part or not. I would kind of think you probably could. It's separate than this. It's spot welded on out here, I guess. And this side over here is kind of mangled up. Kind of rusty. Might not hurt to be replaced. This side over here, you know, kind of the same thing, although I think you could fix that. Really not in too bad a shape. And then once we get all that cleaned up, gonna take this down. We're not gonna take it down to bare metal, just going to get it cleaned up. Any flaky type stuff gonna be knocked off of it. And then, like I mentioned before, a lot of people are saying to use POR 15, which I'm using Rust Bullet. I have it, so that's what I'm gonna use on these, on these inside panels. And I think that's gonna work out just fine. I mean, heck, for the last 25 years, this hasn't really turned out too bad, and it just has this gray, I guess it's just a gray primer type stuff on it. And if anyone's taken one of these apart before, I haven't dug around on this too much, but does anybody know how this is held in? It's just a flimsy piece of stuff. And I've removed all the spot welds on the inside. So I'm not exactly sure what is holding this in, or if there might be some spot welds down underneath this foam stuff. But I need to get up in here. There's about 9 spot welds holding on this little piece. This is part of the quarter panel, and I ended up just cutting it here to get the quarter panel off, but there's like 9 spot welds back up inside there that need to come out. And like I said, I haven't really messed with it too much. I'm sure I can get up in there one way or another, but if there's an easy way to get that piece off, I just don't see what it is. I'll figure it out. Then once we get all that done, the tailgate, which is sitting behind this quarter panel, and you can't really see it, it does have a little place on the bottom. It's kind of bent out just a little bit. Gonna require a little attention, but nothing too much. And then we'll get these doors all taken apart. We'll get the inside of them all sprayed with the Ford Grabber blue, like the radiator support is. Get the inside of the doors, inside of the tailgate. And then we'll come in here and we'll probably paint all of the door jambs, and might have a can of Grabber blue made up like a spray can, and might go up along just some of this stuff. I don't think you'll ever see it, but when you take the top off, don't want any white showing anywhere. So there is a lot left to do on the Bronco, and then once we get it all done, we got wheels, tires, exhaust. Need to put a new oil pan on it here sometime. Gonna have to come up with something for the front and the rear bumpers. Might go with something like what this guy makes. Windshield needs replaced too. There's a crack that goes all the way across it. And a whole new stereo system will be going in the Bronco. So we'll get there. We'll get hitting it a little harder here after we get done planting, but it's still going to take a while. So that really is pretty much it. Just giving a little update on what's going on with the Bronco. I know I haven't uploaded here in a few days. Just decided to take a couple days off from working on the Bronco. And if you have ordered a channel sticker, I apologize. I've been a little slow on getting those mailed out here this past week or so. They're probably mailed out by the time you see this. I'll be getting them out. I'll be getting those out either later today or tomorrow morning. So don't worry, they are coming. It's been one of those weeks. So that is going to do it for this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.